Good morning, guten Morgen, magandang umaga, konnichiwa, bonjour. So this video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. It may sound like a small vent session, but it's not. This is just, this is the way I would protest against the lies being told by, making a small video and, whomever the Lord wants to hear this message, it will be heard. So I'm a little bit tired of hearing from people who call themselves Christian or followers of Christ who say that the Lord's church is asleep, or the Lord's church isn't doing what they should be doing. And the truth is that the Lord's church is very small. Okay, we are a remnant, and we're scattered. We're not in large groups of people. We're not gathered together in groups. The Lord has scattered us. I mean, it's scriptural that there'd be two in the field, one being taken, the other one left behind. Two people. So if there's two people in one area, only one is taken. And here's the thing, it's not taken as in people think of the rapture as one giant event. Rapture means born again in Christ. Okay? When the Lord plucks you out of the world, He places a burning urgency in your heart to seek truth, to seek Him. And you've already known your entire life things weren't right. You had questions all the time. You may not have actually asked them, but things didn't seem right to you. Okay? And you never quite fit in, even though, I can only speak from my own testimony. I tried when I was younger to fit in with my peers. And as I got older, it was less and less important to me to have acceptance from others. And my walk, a huge part of my walk, the Lord had already isolated me. Even in my childhood, when I was about 7 or 8 years old, it was 8, I think. I had a younger brother who had a lot of eye issues and had to go to Boston to have a lot of eye operations. And I was left with either my Grammy from my mother's side or my Nana and Grandpa from my father's side. A lot of times that I would stay with them and it would just be me. And I was so blessed that I had free roam of the woods, and I was left to my own imagination because I didn't have video games. So I'd go outside a lot and roam through the woods and be a child. And I was in isolation. I didn't know that the Lord was with me that entire time, but I was comfortable. Even at a young age, at 8 years old, I was comfortable being alone. I was actually more comforted being alone than around other people. So we're isolated now. We're separated away from others, and those who are fighting it, those who are still Jacob, wrestling with the Lord, that are, trying to force others to see truth. and who are getting frustrated and losing steam, basically. It's like the Lord is hoping that you'll eventually find peace, that He knows what He's doing. You're wrestling with the Lord. You're Jacob wrestling with the Lord, because the Lord has already made His decision of who can hear the truth and who can see the truth. And again, my protest is against those speaking lies, saying that the church is asleep. When reality is, the Lord is showing people that all these churches that claim to follow the Lord really is not and has never been following Him, has never known Him, has never been walking with Him, and has never known the truth. His real church is small. We are a remnant that is scattered. Okay? Many are called, few are chosen. So there are many people that He placed a fire in their heart, but they chose to try to make their own way. They chose to follow man. They chose to believe the lies and mixing lies with truth. You cannot serve two masters. So there were many that were called, but they were put through the fire of testing. And because they didn't test all spirits, they committed spiritual adultery and they went astray. This is the great following. This is the great falling away. Sorry, I giggle. It's not funny. I just, I'm not a speaker. So, again, the Lord's real church is not asleep. The real church, the small church, the few of us, we're not doing nothing. We know to come out of the world. We know this is a spiritual warfare, and we know it's not about what we carnally do. It's not about carnal works. This is about coming out of the world, and we walk by the Spirit, which, walking by the Spirit, you do less carnal things. And though you want to snap back at someone because, it can be quite emotionally overwhelming at times, this is where you look to the Lord. You vent to the Lord. You're not led by your flesh and do things you may regret later. You learn to lean on the Lord. And you know that He's always had everything in His control, always. That's called faith. And people who do all these carnal things, they do lack faith. They try to take matters into their own hands, and it doesn't work out very well for them. They get nothing but headaches and heartaches because they decided to carnally go mouth off to someone, and there is a repercussion to that. If you throw poop, you're gonna get splattered with poop. Okay? And if you carnally participate in things that the Lord doesn't want you to carnally participate in, like, let's just say protest. Your protest is you've stepped away from the world. That's your protest. You don't participate. That's your protest. It might not look like much to someone who doesn't understand, but we're doing a lot more than the average person by trusting in the Lord. Because not many people have put all their trust in the Lord. The Lord is my shepherd. I follow him. I hope I planted a good seed, and God bless.